Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In the video, this time I will explain a little about how to make a conversation of gambits. So for the first time, we start from starting the conversation. I like to focus on speaking learning in our conversation because it's the most important thing in a conversation. Let us first turn to the picture which shows someone who is in discussion the question of how to create a conducive atmosphere for conversation. What strikes me first about this whole issue is there are still many mistakes in conveying a statement. I would like to start by looking at some example of description of an expression of opinion. I suggest we start talking about a main idea in a conversation. Why do we first why don't we first address a subject matter or explanation if this is okay with you? Second, asking for your partner opinion, engineering the other person. Is there anything you would like to add? How do you feel about online learning system? How about you? I'm curious to hear what your opinion is on that. Can you give an example of that? Could you be more specific? Why do you mean? I would be interested to hear what your opinion is on this matter. Third, agreeing with your partner. I admit I have to agree with you on this particular point. You have a point here. You are right. It cannot be denied that the statement he conveyed was very true and accurate. Right, I totally agree with you. Then, in creating an effective discussion atmosphere, one must start with mutual respect for opinion and clarify the opinion we convey so that there are no misunderstandings. I totally agree with you. On effort will never betray the result. 4. Having reservation of or disagree with your partner. Sorry, but that is not the way I see it. I see what you mean, but I don't believe that your opinion can change someone's perspective. Well, I don't quite go along with your opinion. I'm not sure you are on the right track when you say that in a state of panic because at the time you were anxious and hard to think. In my view, it's not right to assume that someone who does not want to hang out with others is someone who is arrogant can be someone who is shy. I'm sorry, but I'm not convinced yet because there is no proof for that. What bothers me about that is something really scary because it is a very frightening thing. 5. Asking for clarification. Sorry, could you repeat what you just said? Excuse me, I didn't quite catch that or what you just said. Do you mean whether it can be accepted with a strong reason or can be accepted without reason? Did you understand you correctly? Did you mean to say that what you say is clear? I will ask you to clarify your last point, what you just said. I'm afraid I did not quite get what you just said. When you say that we can try it, what actually do you mean by that? Could you explain this to me once more, please? 6. Interrupting politely. Sorry to interrupt you, but can we talk for a moment? Excuse me, can I just stop you for a moment? I apologize. for interrupting, but I think you misunderstood me. 7. Referring to an earlier point. What you said earlier, what you said earlier was a statement. I like to come back to a point you made earlier, namely about how to improve speaking skill. I like to pick up on what you said about how can we dare to speak and express opinion in public. Egg, taking the conversation in a new direction. I would like to bring up another issue. Let us look at another important issue. Now that we have looked at proof, let's think of another aspect, namely of explanation. On top of everything we have said so far, we also need to consider the fact that we still have to investigate this more deeply or think of first. So far, we have only looked at the advanced. Let's now consider the drawbacks. Something we have ignored so far is on how to create a comfortable atmosphere for online learning. Would it be alright with you if we now focus on main idea of discussion? 9. Playing for time. So what you are basically saying is that uh, justification is that right? I'm trying to figure out what you said relates to what we said about how to create a conducive atmosphere during the discussion. Let me let me look at my notes for a second. I want to make sure that I've recorded it. So what you are saying is a proof. I'm right in thinking that you mean about that. I guess what I'm trying to say is an explanation and statement that we will consider. If I understand you correctly, you are saying that it is an easy thing. Then, summarizing. We have spent a lot of time talking about a statement. Let's see where we agree and where we disagree. We have looked at all the picture that deal with discussion we don't think are suitable because not very clear and unrelated. To put in a nutshell, all things can be discussed carefully. Now let's quickly go through the issue again that have been raised. 11. Ending a conversation. We are almost finished, and I would like to briefly that we can understand all conversation carefully and slowly. Time is almost up, so we should reach a decision. In a, de- in a debate, I guess we agree to disagree, and we will have to convey his opinion and explanation by accompanying the evidence. So I think that's all for me and see you the next video.